What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, and we are back home in the race shop getting race cars ready.
Yep.
Oh, we talking now?
Who?
Me and you. I thought we wasn't talking.
We kind of have to. No, we're good. We
Oh.
never had no problem. Well, we did, but we didn't.
It really wasn't what everybody thought, I can tell you. And it wasn't like we faked anything. I mean, that,
No.
you know, it was
I don't know.
I think you know where I was coming from now.
Yeah, I get it. I get
After
it.
a couple weekends at a racetrack with a new puppy and Ruby.
Yeah, but anyways, I think at the
she's
end of the day, people just need to kind of understand that we try to just show our lives in the most
realistic way possible.
realistic way, because we could sugarcoat it and just show you all the good, and then we really wouldn't have no video because it ain't
all
good.
sunshine and rainbows all the time. But I mean, our relationship's solid. And man, that leads me to this. You know, when we went to Charlotte here this weekend, Charlotte it's an awesome event. Let me say that up front. But it gave me vibes of Bristol and the Dome in a sense. And what I mean by that, it's a money grab. And I'm not talking down on anybody. I'm just telling you, it is very expensive to go race.
I mean, the Dome, we hit the race. The Dome's the most expensive race of the year, but we hit the racetrack way more there than we did here.
Right.
Think about it. We ran a total of 42 laps around that
in
place.
3 days.
In 3 days. And normally, like, if we go to a USMTS or any UMP show, like, we run that in a night.
Yeah.
Per night, we're running that.
Yeah.
So, and then the cost of it is triple.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, trying to be there. It goes back to if we were only showing the good, there wouldn't be no video. If we're being honest, Charlotte sucks.
Charlotte sucks
We
for us.
We planned
Amazing place, amazing facility, amazing people. The fans were amazing. The show was awesome. I mean, everything about it was great. It's not our style. It's not our speed. He got out, as y'all know by now, and said it like it was, the way he felt about the racing and that it wasn't no good. And we all felt that way. Even Ted. Ted came up and was like, we're one and done. And then we all got to talking, where do we go from here? Because eventually we're going to be there this weekend too, where the late models are there. That's our goal, right? I mean, we're trying to climb to the top, and that's where the top guys are this weekend at Charlotte. Right. So, you know, we sat down and we talked, and we're like, you know what? It's not our thing right now, but we need to make it our thing. We need to test there, and that's in the making. We're talking to, you know, Ted and Michael and several others, and you know, we're thinking that we're going to make some laps there before we go back to race there again. And you know, it's just one of them things.
I shouldn't have to explain this, but I'm going to. Like, we run the biggest racetrack we ran outside of USMTS Tour is like 3/8 mile.
Right.
So when you show up to something that's that big, that's carrying that much speed, we're not set up for that. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, they're scared, they're this or that. No, what works on a 1/4 mile bull ring does not work on a track like that, because you go from stop and go from point A to point B, you're drag racing, to now you're on this big track that you've got to make it have traction from here to there, and you've got to make sure that the car doesn't try to turn at the flag stand. And
we've put in a lot of trial and error to figure out how to get traction from here to there.
Yeah.
The whole time, the perfect amount of traction, get it to rotate, and it's taken a long time to figure that out. And we've got that figured out on tracks that are from here to here. These big tracks, oh man, I don't, but we have to learn it. And that's what Ted was telling us at the end of the night, you know. it'd be real easy to say never again, but we need to say we'll see y'all next year, and that's where we're at. So we're making notes. We're writing ourselves notes to remind ourselves not to make the same mistakes that we made in the feature. We locked ourselves down. I mean, just to be honest with you, he's still beating himself up. If I'd have done this, if I'd have done that, I'm beating myself up. If I'd have done this, if we'd have done that. But he and I both have talked. We were 99.9%, possibly 100% totally in sync with each other all weekend. I don't think there was one time that he did something and I'm like, why in the world? None. We were on board, both of us. We talked things over and we both agreed the whole time. So we raced our way into the show together, and we raced our way out of the show, so to speak, together. But that was 100% both sides, and that's a good feeling. But
yeah, again, it's something that when you tailor to one thing, you've got to figure out the other. And what we're talking about doing is having one car that's specific to
short track,
and one that we tailor to bigger racetracks, because for us, it's looking like there's a lot of stuff that you've got to move around and adjust to compensate.
So let's talk about the real positive side of the whole weekend. For me, was meeting the people that we met.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's in North Carolina, which is the racing hub of the world. I feel like, of the country, and man, there was a lot of people there, and we met a lot of people. Some that we already knew and had just never met, and some that we met for the first time ever. But a lot of connections. And that's, when you look at the expense of it, you got to figure that in. So we basically bought some knowledge or some future connections, and that's a big deal. So again, another reason why we'll definitely be back in that area. So it's just one of them deals. We'll see y'all at Charlotte next year. Yeah. We'll be there. We'll have a big track program by then. We'll see y'all there next year.
Okay.
So, but right now we got to start focusing on how to get in a little bitty circle, smaller than that. So we got our butts whooped on the big track this weekend because we're used to running this track, and now we're fixing to go run this track at the Dome, and we got to figure that out.
I think we got really good notes from the Dome last year.
Yes.
We weren't far off at the Dome last year, so I think, and we're in newer equipment this year than we were then.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna have a really good showing there, and that is more what I like.
Yeah.
People can say what they want. That crap where they stretch out 20 car links on each other.
Yeah, I like to stay. You like to stay beside people.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's not fun when it takes you 6 laps to figure out if you've actually made a gain on somebody, because there's so much surface area to cover on a racetrack.
Yeah.
But that's just me. If I had my way, there wouldn't be anything bigger than a 3/8 mile in the country. So.
Yeah. Yep. So that's that. Got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Springfield. We're going to Springfield. Well, we're planning to go there, but if the weather is really, really bad or something happens, we've also got our eyes on Volusia.
Yeah.
A big track, but
so Springfield is the schedule that we're looking at, and that is November 15th, 16th, 17th, somewhere in that area. Yeah. It's about the second week of November, middle of November, should I say.
Yep.
So,
this car.
Yes. We're bringing this car, but if something's up with the weather, then we're planning on heading out to, we'll look at Florida. I don't say we're heading out. We're going to be looking that way for another option. Mm-hmm. And if that don't work out, then we'll probably just have to sit on our hands and get ready for the Dome.
We'll probably test locally for the Dome.
Yeah.
The other thing is we're kind of like tossing it around. I don't know how it works because it's right there at Thanksgiving, but tossing around 4/11 the same week as Thanksgiving. So we'd eat Thanksgiving dinner Thursday and tear out.
Yeah, I don't think Mom's on board with that, and I'm not either, because I feel like, you know, Thanksgiving's all about family, and I don't want to do that to Rocky or Mikey. So we'll see about that. So, but other than that, that's where we're at. Thank y'all for following along. Let us know what y'all thought about the interviews with Ted and with Michael, and got to get old Eddie on next time I get with Eddie. I need to interview Eddie.
Yep.
Mr. Bob. I talked to Mr. Bob Presley. I didn't even tell you that, but Mr. Bob, our California friend, he's moving to Mississippi, so he's working on closing a deal to get moved down here. So y'all probably see him a lot more here in the next season. What you got there? You got some sponsorship opportunities available?
I've got several.
Okay.
We filled a few, and we're looking forward to announcing those a little bit closer to time, but we still have places available if you're interested.
Yep.
So we'd love to have you on our team, love to represent you
Yep.
on the short tracks.
Yep.
So anyways,
Really
I gotta
cool.
wash that. I gotta get.
Yeah, man, what you doing? I mean, you just sitting here talking.
I gotta,
Oh, never mind.
I gotta
I'm
try
sorry.
not to disrespect.
I'm sorry.
You like I have.
I don't need to be busting your butt in here, because it's upset a lot of folks.
And then
And your sponsors are dropping like flies, and the YouTube's sinking, and it's whew.
We've been blessed.
We have been blessed, buddy. All right, get back to work. Thank y'all. Seriously, I'm just kidding. Thank y'all. Every one of y'all, even the haters. I love all y'all. Thank you. Got this shop all cleaned up. That's what Chase has worked on today. Getting the shop cleaned and organized, and both the cars in here. And he started a used lapped out part bin here. Get a little more organized with the parts. I can't show you everything right there, but yeah, he's got parts that he's lapped out. And I guess it's going to be something that he's going to sell eventually. So he's got a lot of, Chase has acquired a lot of stuff in the last couple years of racing. And I think he does a real good job of being pretty organized. I'm proud of him for that. So it's pretty cool. Nice shop, nice tools, nice equipment, and he keeps it up. And I'm proud of him. So looking forward to running this jewel here at Springfield or Volusia, whichever one we end up at. But that is the new car. That's the 24, and that is a bad dude right there. So Salty is not a little kitten anymore. She's getting big. Nana took her while we were gone this time and brought her to her house and let her stay here. I need to be hanging all this stuff up. I know Amy had asked us the other day where her drawing that she had done for us. It's right there. We got other stuff right there. That jersey from Wood right there. I mean, man, we got so much stuff that needs to be hung in here. So hopefully here in the next couple of days I can take care of that. I got some stuff to do in Chase's toter trailer. I got to find out why the water pump's not working in there. He's got a water tank in there where he can transfer water from there into his toter when they run out. And for whatever reason, that pump's not working. So I'm going to figure that out. So we got a lot of little maintenance stuff like that to do on our equipment. So a lot of stuff to do, but getting a lot of stuff done. So, and this little joker right here just has been wide open all day with Pepper, and she just crashed. Honey boo boo. So, I'm sure Chase will be telling y'all about this little get up right here. This is from JR1 Motorsports. They're the ones that make the carb cover. This is a when Chase and them do the maintenance and tear down their front ends, this is to separate the bearings and everything and the seals and all that stuff. Chase said he don't know if he put everything where it was supposed to go, but he just stuck it in here. That probably goes right there. But anyway, nice little get up. Appreciate JR1 Motorsports for sending us that, and we'll put it to good use. Chase and Haley moved a refrigerator in here today. It's been outside, so they got it moved into the shop. Don't know if he's mentioned this to y'all yet. If he didn't, he needs to. Dirt Defender. So, Pulse Racing Products. This was one of Chase's first sponsors ever right here, Pulse Racing Innovations. And the original inventor of this product right here is a good buddy of mine's brother. I grew up with Marty Capers and went to school with Marty, real good friend of mine. And his brother invented this right here. And this is a Pulse Easy Tear. It's for tear-offs. It's a ramp, basically, that goes on the side of your helmet. So when the little flap on your tear-off is laid flat right here and you panic and rip all your tear-offs off, it's made to where that one is always hanging out. So you just slide your finger up that little ramp and grab it. And Chase has always used one of these. He's always loved it. Well, Pulse recently sold out to Dirt Defender, which is one of Chase's favorite mud cover makers. So he thinks he's hit it big time. He actually pulled these out the box the other day, and he said if Made It was a picture, this would be it. And he was standing there holding these Dirt Defender wheel covers. So he is so excited to have Dirt Defender as a sponsor, and they bought out Pulse. So they are sponsors of his, and you'll be seeing their stickers going on his car. Just, man, unreal the amount of people that get behind him. And we just couldn't do what we do without everybody's help. And we greatly appreciate everything. I know that's all we talk about here lately, but I have to talk about it, because if we didn't have all these people doing what they do for us, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank y'all very much for everything. And with that, that is it. Right, Salty? One other thing, y'all can probably hear the laser whining over here in the background. So, the little laser that I bought a while back, they have been experimenting with it, and as you can tell, this is a piece of acrylic, and I think Chase just cut that before he left. And I mean, this thing, it's unreal what it'll do, but I don't know what he's building. I think he's making something for Haley for their anniversary. So eventually we would like to be able to make, and they made this as a leather patch. We want to be able to make like patch hats or whatnot. This is a Apple Watch band. There's a lot of possibilities here to be able to build stuff, but it takes a little time to sit down and actually learn this stuff. So we hadn't really had time to slow down enough to really figure everything out good enough to get some production going, but we hope to be able to customize stuff and be selling it to y'all soon. So we appreciate everything, and with that, we'll see y'all in the next one. Later. What have you moved on to now?
No, man.
What's this?
Oh, didn't you say you were going inside?
I was, but I just can't.
I'm coming after Soigné West. That's what this is.
Oh, are you? You putting him out of business?
I'm gonna have just like him. I'll have like Chase Holland up at the top, like my scheduling or whatever.
Of what you print.
Yeah. Look at that. So we in the hat business.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
Hey, Thomas Edison found 1,000 ways not to do a light bulb.
Where you headed with?
Go on, man. Go on now.
So he made me a hat, and he made Austin Ballo a hat with Big Owl oil. And my hat, I had my hat just sitting in the motorhome down by my console, and after about 3 days riding in the motorhome, just being in there, the patch fell off. So I messaged Austin about a week after that, maybe 2 weeks after that, and I said, don't lie to me. I said, how long did it take for that patch to fall off? And he sent me a picture, and his is still hanging on. So, and that was the prototype.
That was number one. I don't know how I butchered the rest of it.
So now you've moved on to try some glue, huh? And look, now he's back on this project.
No, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gone, man. I'm gone. It was good spending some time with you for a change.
Won't you do it again someday?
Yeah, we'll do that. Your dog's back there by the litter box. Yep.
She's litter box trained.
Oh, she's litter box trained. And I'm out of here with that. This dude here is a wreck, man. A lot of fun. I don't think you could have got a scrappier dog than this. I've never seen a dog this scrappy. Let her down.
What are bee costumes?
Just let her down.
I can't.
Stop it. Honey, come here.
Straight for the kill.
Ah! Pepper, no. Pepper, stop. Pepper, cut it out. Cut it out.
Yeah, put that bee on the dog. Then Pepper's really gonna be able to get all of it.
Pepper, cut it out.
Why are you telling Pepper to cut it out?
Pepper's trying to eat the bee costume, baby. Get her, Pepper. Get her, Pepper.
Oh.
Get the other two things that I need to ship out.
What
What
other
are the two things?
So, did y'all lose Whitney?
What's going on, everybody? I am up inside the trailer, actually up in the top up here. There's a battery in this front compartment right here. This is, well, you probably can't see because there's a nose there, but this is up in the top of Chase's trailer. And there's a battery, and that battery runs the winch, and it runs hit the 12-volt pump. And there's a water tank in here. So this water tank we fill up, and that's what we put water into his motorhome when they run out, and they hadn't been able to do it, and we thought something was wrong with the pump because this thing has a little battery tender, and apparently something had went wrong on it, and it's let that battery go all the way dead. They don't use the winch anyway, so no reason for them to get up there and try to make sure all that was working. So anyway, I bought a new battery charger / maintainer here that's a little bigger than the one that was on it. So I'm hoping that it can keep up with that battery up there, and I'm hoping that's what's wrong with the water pump. So we're trying to currently charge that battery, and if I can get that working, then we'll have his water troubles fixed. And then I also have him a new radio for right here that's got Bluetooth on it that goes in his trailer. It's got speakers throughout his trailer, but that radio also went out, which is hooked to 12 volt, which leads me to believe that it's the same problem as that battery. Because if it was just that pump out, I would think it was the pump. But it's the pump, it's the radio, and it's the winch. All three not working, and that's the three things that run on 12 volts. So I'm thinking that battery's dead. That is a brand new battery. When Eddie was with us up at Deer Creek, we put it in, had that tender hooked to it, and for whatever reason, it has gone all the way dead. So I'm going to charge it fully, and I'll let y'all know how that works. So for now, I'm fixing to go find something else to do. So later. All right, so a quick update. I've been through several of these little chargers, and they won't even register this battery. It's telling me to hook the cables up, which obviously the cables are hooked up. So I had to break out the big guns. This is my dad's old charger. This is a die-hard. So it doesn't matter if you hook it to your fingers or what, it will fire off and go. So I'm fixing to hook it up and get this battery charged. So I'm not a fan of this electronic stuff, this new age computer stuff that won't even start charging until there's a certain amount of amps there. So here we go. Let's hook this dude up. Now we cooking. You can hear this thing humming. It's putting a charge to it. So we should have something here in a little bit. So let me go find me something else to get into for now. What's going on, everybody? I'm out here out back of the shop, finally fixing to organize these little toolboxes that I bought over a month ago for the back of my truck. Earlier this year, I put some speakers under my seat in the back, and they took my my jack and lug wrench and all that stuff that was under my seat and moved it out from under my floorboard there. So all that stuff, along with some of this stuff's been riding on my floorboard, and it's driving me crazy, but apparently not too bad because it's been so many months go by. But anyway, I bought these toolboxes, installed them a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to put this stuff in here, try to organize it a little better and get my back floorboards back. So went to the eye doctor this morning, and I know my eyes look kind of weird. They had to dilate my eye where they could look in there, and she did release me completely on my eye. So now I can lift and pull and strain and all that stuff without no problem. So no more restrictions. Everything's good. So I'm thankful for that. And my eyesight is 20/20, so I can, everything worked out great. I'm thankful for that. Thanks for all the prayers on all that stuff. Chase and Haley are gone to Orange Beach, or actually on their way home. They stayed the night in Orange Beach last night, and went out on a charter boat today and stuff like that, just trying to enjoy some alone time for their 1 year anniversary. So Avery watched baby dog Honey, and they're going to need a new sitter next time they want to do something, because she's quitting. Just a bad night for her and Honey. But so the last thing I wanted to talk about in the videos, in the recent videos, we met a few of our sponsors, with meeting Ted and Shannon and Mr. Bubba Gale and Michael Broom and Vaughn Stone, and we introduced y'all to some of our sponsors. Well, when I was talking to Michael Broom with Apex Fab and Equipment, I was telling y'all that Michael has a late model, and they were in a points race, a real tight points race with another team that was going to be settled at Charlotte. And Michael and his driver Travis were 1 point behind. So, their whole weekend was based off of just trying to lock in that points battle. And they needed to be, I think, 2 positions ahead of that other driver to win it. So Travis started in the feature. Both the guys made it in the feature, Travis and the guy he's racing with in the 604 crate late models. So Travis was several spots ahead, and I don't know this other team at all, but I was watching, like, we had to text and even get what number this guy was. And from what I understand, he's a younger guy, 17, 18-year-old young man driving this other car. Well, it looked like Travis had it sewed up, and at some point in the race, the guy that he was racing for points, he was about 7 positions behind him. Well, they had a couple series of cautions, and the guy caught up with him, and he got into him, like hit his left rear wheel, and I was like, dang, accident, hard racing, whatever, and it didn't flatten Travis's tire. Well, then I think after the next restart, when they went off M1, man, he dove off in there, and it looked intentional, because he went under Travis's left rear, and that boy's car turned hard to the right. Like he turned the wheel, it looked like, and Travis spun around, and he went on, and the caution come out, and they sent Travis to the rear. But man, it looked so intentional. And right before that had happened, he had pulled up beside Travis, revving his motor up and stuff, and I didn't really know. I don't know if there was bad blood between them or what. So I just thought that was kind of odd, man. But so they did end up losing the championship to that guy. But the way it happened, man, I just was like, I don't really agree with the way that went down. And, the officials, I guess their rule is no fault rule, and they don't make a call on nothing like that. And Travis was the one that got spun around and did stop on the track. So he went to the rear. But, man, what a way to lose a championship. I feel for them. But some people had asked how they ended up. They ended up not winning the championship, but that's why. It wasn't for lack of effort. Travis did a great job driving the car all weekend, put it in the show, and then they just had that happen to him right there that they obviously wasn't very happy about. But it's racing. So anyway, that's that. We'll see y'all soon. I don't know, we're gonna have some work going. Rocky just left. Rocky's been out here putting corn in his feeders out back, and he's got a motor on one of the feeders that's not working, so he's got to come up tomorrow and replace that motor. But he's getting ready to get some meat in the freezer. So anyway, we'll be back working on the car here in a couple of days, and we'll see y'all then later. Thank y'all for watching.
Mm-hmm.